The 12th annual Warsaw Security Forum is focusing on Ukraine and the future of European security. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has proposed to build a joint aerial defense shield with its allies to protect against threats from Russia. Meanwhile, the Kremlin has said that Russia is monitoring potential US Tomahawk cruise missile deliveries to Ukraine and questioned whether Americans would be involved in targeting or launching these weapons against Russia. Here's more in this report.
A two-day conference on key security challenges facing NATO and the European Union opened on Monday in the Polish capital, Warsaw. Approximately 2,500 participants from around 90 countries are attending the event. Addressing the Warsaw Security Forum via video link, Ukrainian President Zelensky offered to build a joint aerial defense shield with its allies to protect against threats from Russia.
Ukraine proposes to Poland and all our partners to build a joint, truly reliable shield against Russian aerial threats. And this is possible. Ukraine can counter all types of Russian drones and missiles. And if we act together in the region, we will have enough weapons and production capacity for these. If Russia loses the ability to strike in the skies, it will be unable to continue the war.
In his address, German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius called for the European Union to provide a much more flexible regulatory framework for the defense industry in Europe and said Europe's and Ukraine's defense industries must work together more closely and effectively to counter any security challenge.
We all have to provide sustainable support to Ukraine, more resiliently and more forcefully than in recent months. The European Union must back this by providing a much more flexible regulatory framework for the defense industry in Europe.
On Sunday, US Vice President J.D. Vance had said that Washington was considering a Ukrainian request to obtain Tomahawks, which have a range of 2,500 kilometers, easily far enough to hit Moscow if fired from Ukraine. Reacting to it, Kremlin said that Russia's military specialists were monitoring the possible supply of US long-range Tomahawk missiles to Ukraine. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said it was important to understand who gives the targeting data for such missiles to be fired, the United States or Ukraine.
We have indeed heard these statements. We are now carefully analyzing them. They must be analyzed in terms of course, our military specialists are closely monitoring this. The question, as before, is the following. Who can launch these missiles? Even if they are located on their territory controlled by the Kyiv regime, can they be launched solely by Ukrainians? Or must they be operated by American military personnel? Who is setting the target for these missiles? Is it the American side or the Ukrainians themselves?
Russian President Vladimir Putin has previously said that Western countries will make themselves direct parties to the war if they supply targeting and intelligence to enable Ukraine to fire missiles deep inside Russia. Bureau Report, DD India.